guys, my name's Emma and let's talk spooky stuff. So today we're going to talk about a movie called A Night in the Woods. This movie was recommended to me by Chloe, so thank you, Chloe. I have to say I wasn't a huge fan, but I do see where you're coming from. And I'm going to have a lot of click-offs and click-ons at this point when I tell you this is meant to be the UK version of, I don't know why I did it there. I should have done it when I said the title. This is meant to be the UK version of the Blair Witch Project. The premise. Let's start off by that. 3 people go into the woods, into these woods that they say is haunted, and then, you know, terror stirs up one night when they're camping out. First glance, it does sound a lot like Blair Witch, but it isn't really at all. The film isn't about the witch. It is about the people and their relationship between each other, and I'm not saying that in a typical way where lots of movies are about a relationship between characters. This film is solely about the intentions and relationship between the characters, solely. So 2 of the people who go into the woods are a couple, so they're together, and they go and they pick up this chick's, so they're a heterosexual couple I should say, and they go and pick up this chick's cousin before going into the woods, and then you can tell something's a little bit off, and then from there it just goes downhill. The male in the couple actually just loves recording everything. He's all about it. So he's recording the events as they unfold, and that's where the found footage comes from. There's a couple things I really did think was authentic about the found footage part of this film and parts that I didn't think was very authentic. One thing I did really like was the fact that every time he brought his camera out and he was like talking like la 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 la, the girlfriend would be like, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off, like I'm sick of this, and in the background all the time rolling her eyes, which I thought was really good because sometimes you think about people just put the camera on and just have a conversation. It's weird when you think what found footage is actually meant to come from real life. So I did like that at the start. I thought they set that up really well. I love the whole opening and all of that. I was like, yes, this is what I need in my life. Found footage, apparently it's like the Blair Witch and it's UK version, love it. But then that got up to when they went into, before they were going out into the woods, and they go to this pub. And they talk to the people at the pub and they start telling them all these tales, and all of a sudden it starts jumping between characters at the pub. And this is where I was very confused, because when did it go from this guy just documenting, like vlogging his fucking life, to him interviewing people? And it was set up in such a way that why would these characters even talk to him at a pub with the camera in their face? It just didn't work. Blair Witch has that on their side because they're student filmmakers, so they're actually making a documentary. This film doesn't have that in the plot, so it didn't really make sense why these colorful characters were getting on camera. The film also had a lot of flaws with the characters, and I feel like they're meant to be like that. You're meant to feel a certain way about the characters, and then you turn and you feel a completely different way, and you're not really sure who is the evilest of all. So it is very interesting film in that respect, but also it's very hard, as I always say, to like any asshole characters, and you know, like you're not gunning for them to get through at the end. The relationship between all of them is very weird and very strange, and they try and half-ass explain it, which I like. It had a different layer to it. Definitely, as I said before, the film is all about relationships, but it doesn't have any answers. They're just screwed up people, I guess they're putting it down to. But if you're gonna put someone in the woods and then all of a sudden something crazy is gonna happen, you kind of do need those slight hints at the answer, and I felt like this film doesn't have that. Maybe I'm relating that back to Blair Witch and the guy standing in the corner, but there was no hints of what actually was going on, which I kind of had just let go of from the start because they were so complicated that I knew that there was not enough time for them to wrap it all up. Another thing is, it is definitely a horror film where they're doing certain things and you're like, how could you be so fucking stupid? Just certain, you know, places people run and things people do and things that they allow, it doesn't make any sense. Their reactions to things don't make any sense. When they find out certain things about other people, the reactions are just off, and you just wonder why things are being brought up at certain times. So I will say it is all over the place with that kind of stuff, which doesn't make for a lot of believable acting. What I'm trying to say is, for a found footage film, this film has so many flaws. Tongue twister, hey? And I don't think it's a very good film at all, but if you're a found footage fan, you will tolerate it. Especially people like me who, it's kind of like a guilty pleasure, but you know it's just gonna be so shit, you know? Like, you don't really care. Sorry, Chloe. I do appreciate you letting me know about this film, and I am glad I watched it. I do get that kind of guilty pleasure, just like Paranormal Activity. Like, I love it, and I don't know why, it just feeds, it's like chicken soup for my horror soul, I don't know. I'm gonna give this one a personal score of 3, a scare score of 4, and an originality score of 2. Let me know if you guys have seen this one and what you thought in the comments down below, and I'll talk to you very soon. Stay spooky, guys. Bye. Also, I just want to say really quickly, rest in peace my ears after watching this with earphones on. Don't do it, guys. No, don't do it.